Hello and welcome to Journey to Lasting Love, the podcast. I am your host, Tina Shayani, and the head coach at T-Shay Coaching. If you are looking to attract a loving partner to build a relationship with that gets better with time, if you are looking to deepen your current relationship, or you just want to live a happier life, you are in the right place. Every week we will discuss a new topic that will bring you understanding, clarity, and the tools to become the best version of yourself, the happiest version of yourself. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Journey to Lasting Love. I'm so happy to welcome you here today. As you know, I'm Tina Shayani, your host, and I am the lead coach at T-Shay Coaching, where we help people attract and build lasting, loving relationships. If you know someone who would benefit from this content, please invite them to either the Instagram page or to the private Facebook group, Journey to Lasting Love. Let's spread the message and help you and others and me to grow in our relationships, in our love lives, and in our lives as a whole, and to be happier people enjoying this journey instead of kind of walking through blindly and hoping for the best. Let's jump into this week's topic. What if everything we've been thinking about love is wrong? What if we've been going about it the wrong way? I talked in the introduction about my client, Sarah, not her real name. So with my clients, we talk and talk and talk, and things come up that we never expected. And the truth comes out from deep inside of them. And once that truth comes out and we are able to address it, things begin to change quickly and almost effortlessly in their lives. So Sarah and I are talking, and she is this amazing woman. She is fun, she's beautiful, she's successful. She is happy in her overall life, but she is just having difficulty with relationships. And she's like, I don't understand why this is happening to me. Why can't I get this right? Maybe I'm just not meant for love. And that was the aha moment for both of us. This belief, this statement that she made, that maybe I'm just not meant for love, is the thing that was standing in her way, that it was just blocking the way of love coming into her life. Because she had this belief, she was closing the door to love for herself. And once we had this aha moment, we were able to shift that perspective and say to each other and to herself that, wow, why isn't love meant for me? There is absolutely nothing wrong with her, but that belief is what kept love from entering into her life. So we shifted that belief and we went through it together, because the right answer for Sarah may not be the right answer for somebody else. So we went through and we decided to go through and we said, is this true? And we realized that it's not true. Why isn't love meant for her? There is nothing wrong with her. And the truth is that love is really meant for everyone. But like every other thing, having a relationship, maintaining a relationship, recognizing the right kind of partner, these are all skills. These are all skills that we need to develop and to foster. But what we do is we have these false ideas about love. We treat love and relationships different than we treat everything else. If we have a legal problem, we don't say, well, I should be able to figure this out by myself. We call a lawyer. If you have a toothache, you don't say, well, let me try and fix this by myself. You go to a dentist. And this is the same thing. If you are having difficulty finding the love and the relationship that you dream of, the first step is to say, hey, I deserve this. And what can I do to shift what I'm doing so that things go the way that I want them to? So we need to take a deep look at ourselves, which is what I do with my clients. I am their partner in taking that deep look, and kind of like a tour leader, someone who's been on the tour many, many times before, instead of kind of being dropped into a city and trying to figure out where things are. And this is the way, one of the myths about love. We think that it should just happen. It should just happen magically and miraculously. And if it does, and if it did, great. But unfortunately, this is not the way that it works for most people. So let's dive into some of these relationship myths that so many people hold. The very first one is this myth that it should just happen. It should just be magical, and I should be standing and all of a sudden fairy dust falls. This incredible person falls from heaven and whammo, here we are, the perfect relationship, and there will never be an issue ever as long as we are together. False, false, and more false. And a lot of this false we get from Hollywood, because they sell us this romantic nonsense, which is very cute and nice, but it's not real. What is real is understanding that this is what we want, knowing the skills that it takes to talk to a person, learn to understand that other person, and have a genuine relationship. So this is not magic. This is a formula that we can learn and follow in order to have the love and the relationships that we want. So the first thing to understand, the first myth to bust, is that it's not some romantic, magical thing. We do the work, we do the preparation, and then it often feels magical. But the truth is that there is work to be done. There is a foundation to be laid before the magic can happen. So in my family, we are big tennis fans. And if you watch Roger Federer play, he looks like a ballerina and his form is perfect and it looks so magical. But he didn't just get up, walk onto the court and be magical. The magic is something that was developed. He has worked his entire life to create this magic, and all we're seeing is the magical part of it. So there are rules to follow, and soon, very soon, I promise, I'm going to announce to you guys that I'm going to be running a course called The Rules of Engagement, that I'm going to teach you what these rules are and how to follow them step by step to get out of the rut of maybe it's just not meant for me. Maybe this, maybe that, or if it is not working now, we need to change what we are doing. We need to change what we are saying, and we need to change what we are thinking in order for things to be different. We cannot do things and say things and think things the way we always have if we want things to be different. We have to be willing to do what it takes to be in a different place. We have to let go of that idea of love just isn't meant for me. Because what happens when you have this belief, there is an element of being out of control, that you have no control. This is just something that is going to happen to me, and maybe I'm just not one of the lucky ones. What is that? That's called victim mentality. What does a victim have? No control over their situation. And one of my main focuses with you here watching is to stop you from being a victim. We are not the victims of life. We are the lotto winners of life. This life is an incredible gift, and it is up to us to make it the most that it can possibly be. It is up to us to call in a great life partner, and then it is up to us to create an amazing relationship with that partner. It's not magical. It's not fairy dust. And I don't even want to call it hard work because it shouldn't be hard work. Love shouldn't be hard work, but we have to do it the right way. And when you do it the right way, when you follow those rules of engagement, it is effortless and it is magical. But when we're running around thinking all these crazy thoughts that are contradictory to each other, we cannot make progress from that place. When we are confused, our situation remains confused. So we need to become clear and we need to stop giving away our power that love just isn't meant for me. Why isn't it meant for you? Love is meant for everyone, but we have to learn the tools the same way your lawyer went to law school to learn the tools that it takes to be a great lawyer. The same way your dentist went to school to recognize a cavity. This is no different. So we need to educate ourselves and learn love and learn and change the way that we have been thinking about love if we want to be successful. And we need to learn from ourselves, the people around us, and possibly an expert to grow and leave those myths behind. Take back our power that love just happens. What just happens? Things don't happen. We create things. We are the author of our own story. And then this leads us to myth number 2. The right person will come along at the right time. Will they? If you don't leave your house, how is the right person going to come along? If you don't make an effort to be out there and look for the right person, how is that going to come along? It's like sitting in front of the TV, not turning it on and expecting the right show to come on. Use the remote control that the universe has given you and be an active participant of bringing that person into your life, not wasting your time with people that you know are not for you. So is it magical? Yes, but we are the creators of the magic. It doesn't happen without our participation. So will the right person come along? Yes, but you have to actively create the situation that allows that right person to come into your life and into your life experience. If you go out on 1 date, 2 dates, 10 dates, and they're not good, that's not a signal to give up. Because what happens if you give up? Then there is no possibility of anything happening. But as long as you are going out there, you have the opportunity to meet someone that is the right fit for you. But even, I want to say more than that, you're giving the opportunity to yourself to learn what it is that you do want. Learn what it is that you don't want, so that when the right person comes along, you're going to recognize that person, because so often we don't even know what we're looking for and our focus is on something else, so that when the right person does come along, we're not even paying attention. So to have those experiences and learn more about ourselves as people, learn more about ourselves and how we interact within the context of a relationship. A date even is a relationship. You are spending time with this person and it's going to work and it's going to not work. And it's all about putting yourself in the situation that the quote right person can come into your life. It's like turning on the television and not staying on the first channel that has the thing you don't like. It's about tuning in and allowing things to come into your life. Because sometimes we are so set on things having to be a certain way, that when something good, when an opportunity comes along, we're not even aware. So to tune in our ability to see things. So yes, will the right person come at the right time? Yes. But it is up to you to create that opportunity for the right person to come in. It is up to you to create the right time. And when you let go of those silly stories that we all tell ourselves about what it's supposed to be that are just not true, that creates the right time. That creates the right atmosphere. So do you see the difference between the two approaches? One approach gives away all of your power. Oh, it's just going to happen by itself. Things don't happen by themselves. Nothing in my life happens by itself. The bed doesn't make itself. The dinner doesn't cook itself. I don't get to work by accident. I don't schedule meetings by accident. So why should this thing that is of monumental experience in our lives, of monumental importance, why should this thing just happen out of the clear blue sky? So you see how this belief of, oh, it will happen at the right time is something that can really hold us back from having what we want. Yes, it will happen at the right time, but you have to be the creator of that right time and that right atmosphere. It's not going to just happen. Poof. I wish that it was, but what fun would that be? Really not so much fun at all. So that is the shift, to really be an active participant in what it is that you are creating, and not just wait for things to happen magically. Woof. And what is the third myth? This is a good one. The third myth that we are going to kind of combat here today is, I need to be perfect before I can get involved with someone. I need to have all my ducks in a row. I need to finish school. I need to be financially independent. I need to get, I don't know, like the stories that I hear. I need to lose 30 pounds. I need to do this. I need to do that. That is also a false idea. You cannot schedule when love is going to come into your life. And you can't decide that when I'm 26, or whatever arbitrary number you come back, that is when I'm going to decide, and that's when I'm going to start looking for love. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, this is also a ridiculous myth. Something that is simply not true, and it will hold you back because it just doesn't work that way. We cannot schedule the time when the right person is going to come along. We cannot stop it from happening until this imaginary time of, I'll be ready. You'll be ready when it's right for you. So what is there for us to do is to become ready ourselves, to become the very best version of ourselves. And if it comes along, grab it. Don't wait for everything to line up, because so much of love and so much of I'm going to use the word marriage because for me, that's a life partner, is someone that you are married to. And there is so much growth, and those things that you are working towards, financial independence or finishing school or whatever it is that you set as a parameter, that I need to do this first. Of course, those things are very important too, but you can do those things with your partner. You can be in a relationship, and you can be in a committed relationship. You can be married and do those things and build those things independently, but also with the other person. And isn't that a better way to be? Instead of waiting, you bring in the person, the love of your life, into your life whenever it happens, instead of putting a block, instead of putting a restriction that like, oh, I'm just not ready, guess what? We'll never be totally ready. Nothing can prepare you for life, and you have to do it and take it as it comes. I remember my first pregnancy. I was 9 months pregnant, and guess what? I was not ready. I was not ready to have a baby. I was not ready to take on the responsibility of being a mother to this beautiful teeny weeny creature. But guess what? When she was born, I was ready, and somehow I knew how to do it. And I still was scared, but at that point there was no turning back. But beforehand, my husband and I were married, and we were never ready. You'll never be truly ready until you do it. We always want a little bit more time. Let me set this up. Let me do this. Let me do that. Listen, I was getting ready to do the live show, and guess what? I wasn't ready, but it was 11 o'clock, so I had to start, and here we are. And once you begin, you can start to move forward, and you can figure it out together. So don't wait for that thing that you think is stopping you, is preventing you from being ready. You're ready because you want to share a life with another human being. That is what makes you ready. Nothing else. And the rest of it, once you are with that person that is a loving, supportive partner, then you can together not be ready and begin to live this life. Because if we really want to be ready, we'll never do anything. So if we can overcome these myths, these silly things that we tell ourselves that are just not true, then we can start to really live our best lives and really call in a person to have that beautiful relationship with. And when you are building your life, and the building never stops. That's the other thing. It's not like you're going to find your person and then that's it. Life stays the same. No, you're going to find your person, and together you're going to grow. Together you can go through the process of being in school, of building your financial success, of building your family. These are all things that we can do with our partner. So there's really no reason to keep waiting. So I invite you to think about these things, and I invite you to think about yourself and what is it that you are telling yourself that is holding you back from finding this really amazing relationship. What can you learn more about yourself and how you show up and what you are doing, what you are saying, and what you are thinking? The things that we say to ourselves, those things really matter. They matter so much more than we imagine, and we need to take control. We need to take control of our lives, and we need to begin by not believing these silly things that take away our power. And we need to believe and love ourselves enough to give ourselves the chance for our dreams to come true, and stop believing that we are not worthy of good things. And from this place, magic can happen. Love can magically enter your life. From this place, the right person will show up at the right time. And from this place, you are ready for a true, lasting, loving relationship and even marriage. As scary as that sounds, it's not as scary as it sounds. So I hope that this was helpful in kind of busting some of the myths and letting you know that you do have these silly stories that you tell yourself that are holding you back from love. And if we can let go of these, the floodgates of love into your life can open up, and you can have the relationship that you dream of, not magically, but because you were the architect of your own life. So I hope that this was helpful. And I look forward, as always, to interacting with you throughout the week through DMs and messages. So message me, tell me what you think. And I will be taking on just one more one-to-one client before I announce my course that is the rules of engagement. And I'm going to tell you guys about it here first, so you have first dibs on the seats because there are few seats available. I can't take on too many people at the same time. And if you know someone, invite them to follow the Instagram or join the Facebook group. Have a great week, guys. Thanks for watching. Take care. Thank you for joining today's episode of Journey to Lasting Love. If you felt a connection with what we shared here today, visit tshaycoaching.com for resources, blogs, and coaching options custom designed to take you from where you are to the place you dream of being. Join our Facebook group to connect with others or find inspiration on YouTube and Instagram. If you're ready for a personalized touch, you can book a call with me directly on the website to see what this is all about. Until next time, be kind to yourself and keep moving forward on your path to lasting love.